Drive in Lewiston tonight, where you still have time to donate.
Plus, big news for the CBD industry here in Maine.
And a Mainer has just been named a finalist for a James Beard Award, very prestigious. You usually associate that with food, but this guy makes beer. Really good beer. This is News Center now. A 13-year-old student in Bangor is charged with terrorizing. Several schools in the city went into lockdown today after a report of a possible shooter. Good evening, everybody. I'm Lee Nelson.
And I'm Cindy Williams, in for Lindsay tonight. We'll hear from Lindsay in a moment. That student's name has not been released. The terrorizing charge is a Class C felony. Bangor police say several students learned about the threats against 2 of the district schools online. And investigators say those threats originated on a fictitious social media account. We've got a lot more information on this story ahead in the next 90 minutes.
Now to more trouble for Boeing and its 737 MAX planes. One had to make an emergency landing in Orlando last night after engine problems were detected. That was right after takeoff. Meantime, there was a Senate budget hearing today looking into the government oversight of air safety following the recent crashes of 2 Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes. Senators, including Maine's own Susan Collins, pressed Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao on why the FAA was so much slower than the other countries to ground the fleet. Chao said information that would mandate a ground order was not discovered until days after the accident.
Education Secretary Betsy DeVos is facing some sharp backlash over a proposal to cut federal funding for the Special Olympics. Celebrities, politicians, and activists are reacting on social media, rebuking DeVos for her plan, which is part of a larger effort to cut $7 billion from the budget in 2020. Special Olympics received $17.6 million from the Department of Education last year, but DeVos says the organization should be supported through philanthropy. Hemp-derived food products are officially allowed to be sold again in Maine. Governor Janet Mills signed a bill this afternoon making it very clear that production and sale of CBD products is now legal. Earlier this year, the Department of Health and Human Services told retailers that sold those products to stop because the U.S. Food and Drug Administration had not approved CBD as a food additive.
And you can imagine that raised a lot of concerns for businesses around the state which sold CBD products already. They say it would have a huge impact on their sales. This news today especially welcomed by those at Higher Ground Coffee Shop in Portland.
This is a big step in the right direction, and while it's not over, this process never really ends. I think we can feel really good that the state of Maine and the governor's office were very supportive of taking this step, which again, I think is just such a win-win.
So CBD for sale again.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You kind of knew that was going to happen because so many manufacturers already had it out.
Right,
but,
and we're left in the lurch by that decision.
Dot the I's. Yeah, so there you go. That's been done. Now to the weather. What's happening over there? We don't know, but luckily Keith is here. Been inside for like a couple hours.
Get out, yeah. It wasn't bad today.
No, it was nice actually.
About 40 in Portland, 40 in Wiscasset. Basically a little bit below average still, but the sunshine over the past couple of days has been the story, so it feels a little bit nicer than the thermometer might indicate. Current temperatures have gone down quickly in a lot of spots. 36 in Wells, 36 in York, 38 in Portland. Mid-40s still though out towards Paris, Bethel at 45, 45 in Rumford. A bit of a late surge out into the mountains, and 41 in Old Town, 42 in Millinocket. So the rest of tonight is quiet. There's nothing going on. You look back to the north and west, and you can see we've got at least another 3/4 of a day or so of nice weather just based on the satellite and where the next storm system is. It's this little front that will come through tomorrow night and into early Friday. So tomorrow we start to warm up. I like the first half of the day in particular. I think we start with a lot of sunshine and temperatures warm up into the mid-40s relatively quickly. So here we are. Well, I'm not sure what happened to the temperatures there, but believe me, they should be in the mid-40s through tomorrow afternoon. And then our front tries to come through tomorrow night. There'll be a couple of showers in there, some clouds in there, even some snow showers over northern Maine through tomorrow night, early Friday. Then a front is going to move offshore Friday midday. We should be able to get a nice afternoon on Friday. After that, the key to the weekend forecast continues to be a warm front and the exact position of that warm front. Guys, as I thought might be the case, I think we're going to have a swing between 68, 69, and 38. So we'll talk about who wins and who loses in a few minutes.
Okay, can we win?
Please.
Not everyone can win.
Can we
I'm
win,
sorry.
though? Just this once? Okay. Keith, thanks. We'll hear from you in a bit. So March is Red Cross Month, and there is still, though it's the end of the month just about, there is still time to celebrate by giving back.
News Center Maine's Red Cross Blood Drive is happening statewide. Today we want to check in with Lindsay Mills, who's live in Lewiston tonight. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, Cindy and Lee. The process to donate blood takes about an hour, as Cindy knows, because we saw her earlier today in Portland donating. It was so good to see you there on the News Center Maine team. And that's just a small amount of time, really, to help save a life, maybe more than just that one life. Mainers donating blood across the state today. Many I spoke with in Portland and Lewiston say they are regular donors. My favorite response so far to the question, why donate? It's the right thing to do. In Portland, there was a steady stream of people all day. The doors are closed there now, and the Red Cross team is working on getting final numbers. This location, however, in Lewiston, the Franco Center where we are live tonight, is open till 6, so you still have time to come down and donate, especially if you're in the Lewiston-Auburn area. For now, live in Lewiston, Lindsay Mills for News Center Maine. Let's send it over to Clay.
Hey, Lindsay. Yes, we are live here in Bangor at the Cross Center, right in the front mezzanine. You could, if you're coming out here, you can see a big Red Cross truck right outside. But donations have been relatively slow. There's one gentleman right behind me that is donating blood right now. And I also want to bring in Sherry Finney. Sherry, this is the second time I've seen you out at the blood drive. What a great event you guys hold. But we're trying to get more and more people in the Bangor area to come out here and donate.
Absolutely. And folks, we're here till 6 o'clock. So when you're getting out of work today, we still got time to have you come on in and make a donation and make a difference.
Yeah, we definitely have less than an hour, so you got to get out here. And it's relatively easy to sign up. I know we were just chatting a second ago about the Rapid Pass. Tell us quickly about that.
Sure. You go to redcrossblood.org/rapidpass, and you're able to answer the questions right on your phone that they would ask you in history. So it saves time for you, time for the med team, and it keeps everybody on schedule. So.
And I am starting to learn a little bit more about the Rapid Pass because I'm actually currently filling it out right now, because coming up in the 6 o'clock hour right here on News Center Maine, I'm actually to be giving blood for the very first time. And Sherry, what can I expect? I see, dozens and dozens of people all day doing this. Is it easy?
You know, it's easy in the sense that you're the one that's lying there and it's being done with you. But what's not easy is being ready to step forward, to hop on that bed. And once you conquer that, it's all great after that. You're going to leave with a sense of satisfaction that's beyond this world. This is person-to-person gifting, and you're going to do that. A part of you is a life-saving force, and you're giving that to someone else.
And I just found out recently that I'm O positive blood, so I guess there's a need for it too. You'll be there every step of the way, I hope, today.
Right beside you.
Okay, and I hope you guys come out and join me as well too. We have plenty of tables that are open, and we would love to see you out here donating. Reporting live in Bangor, Clay Gordon, News Center Maine. Back to you guys.
All right, Clay, hope you don't faint. I mean, it might be good TV, but it would be bad for you. So,
it'll be on camera, and we'll make fun of you for a very long time. So if you're an actor, you want to win an Oscar or an Emmy. If you are a chef or a brewer, you want a James Beard Award.
Yeah, and one Maine brewer is now among the finalists for this prestigious honor. Rob Todd, founder of Allagash Brewing. He got word that he was a finalist this morning. Actually, one of his employees texted him the news. Now, his category is Outstanding Wine, Beer, or Spirit Producer, and the winners will be announced on the 6th of May. Rob founded Allagash back in 1995. He was also nominated for this very same award just a couple of years ago as well.
Boy, more accolades. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right, parents, listen up. An old school method of doing something is getting some praise.
And Lindsay checks back in from the blood drive and tells us some stories about why Mainers choose to donate. So,
I'm super excited about the poisonous toads.
yes, we told Isaac he could not kill that story.
I would have teased that instead of more from the blood drive.
I only have Lee's mic, unfortunately.
What'd you say?
I think I only have
On Facebook?
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah.
What's happening? Sorry. All right, we
Let's
gotta find
see.
it. Are we ignoring you, Facebook? We're so sorry. We got and all the stuff going on here.
We're neophytes at this. I'm still a neophyte, and I've been doing it for like 3 weeks.
All right, here we go.
So, hi, Lee and Cindy and Keith. How are you folks this evening? From Fred. We are terrible,
Hey,
Fred. It's awful.
Fred's a regular. Human body has 500 natural cannabinoids. CBD can heal from the inside out. That's from John Rogers.
Yeah, John said CBDs are thumbs up.
Hey, Amanda.
Well, you're not alone, that's for sure. A lot of people believe it is very, very helpful. And you had to know that, again, it was, like I said, just crossing the T's and dotting the I's on that, because it's out there anyway. It's too late. It would be too late to bring it back, right? So
It's true. It's true. Let me see. See all. Here we go. Now I can see everybody. Oh, no, I can't. What did I do?
that Lee up there is just that's not supposed to be spoken. Oh, that's me speaking anyway. You know, so my pre-arranged name keystroke always ends up like that, which is really weird. Like, do you have
what is that?
You know, when you put in those?
Yeah.
Do you have pre-arranged? You probably
Yes,
have pre-arranged ones for you and Pat, right? Right. And I have one for me. Yeah. Yeah. And so, but
I keep putting you in as like Pat or Ron.
No, Ron showed me. If you do Shift F5, it opens up this thing, and you can just type anyone's name, and it pops right in.
Now I'll know.
A computer,
Hi,
computer
Carrie.
info.
Ed, thank you. Wait, you feel neglected?
Oh, because we were ignoring the Facebookers.
I'm sorry, Ed. We're neophytes, like Lee said.
We're never talking to you again, Ed. We're going to ignore you. Kidding.
You're what? What was that? How do you get it over here? So
You
that
just hit it.
constantly-
And then the things appear over there.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right, good. All right, we're good. We got a really cool story coming up for you guys on poisonous toads.
All right, are you old school? I think we're old school. When you read to kids, do you actually read, you know, a book with paper pages, or do you use an electronic book? Well, according to a new study from the University of Michigan, traditional print books still have an edge over ebooks. The study finds that reading print to kids generates more conversation and leads to better interactions than ebooks do. Researchers say shared reading promotes children's language development, literacy, and of course bonding with parents as well.
Remember when we would read to Xander, he would always remember what the page number was?
Yeah, even if it was like a 300-page book. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
The makers of the Big Mac are making a big shift in policy when it comes to pay.
That's right. In recent years, McDonald's has been the target of protesters who say that the company's workers deserve to be paid more. Well, today, according to Politico, McDonald's sent a letter to the National Restaurant Association saying that it believes wage increases should be phased in across all industries. Congress has been resistant to a hike in the minimum wage, but this move by one of the largest employers in the world may push the congressional needle just a little bit. Right now, the average wage at corporate-owned McDonald's restaurants is above $10 an hour. So get this, a community in Florida is at war, and this would completely freak me out. They are at war with toxic toads.
Yes, the bufo toad, as it's called. They're spreading like wildfire throughout Palm Beach Gardens and other communities in South Florida. They may look harmless like regular old toads, but they have these big glands behind their heads that excrete a highly toxic goo that is really dangerous to pets and even small kids. They're showing up in ponds and pools by the hundreds. There's actually a toad removal company down there.
Toad Busters.
Hard at work trying to round up these critters. The folks at Toad Busters say the mild winter was just perfect for these toads to multiply.
I used to catch frogs by the hundreds when I was little. And
Well,
those
that's
are
the
little
problem.
ones.
And they don't look
No,
that
they don't
much
look
unlike,
scary.
right? But they are.
All right, can an iOS update get you better self-service? Our Verify team has the answer to that.
And hopefully you won't have any questions after seeing Keith's forecast.
I love
So he's probably not watching, so we'll have to send that to him. Instagram it or something. That's good.
I have a toxic Todd problem. Leave it to Keith. Cause trouble. All right, we're going to go back to the blood drive in just a moment.
Somebody likes positivity. Thank you.
Toad Busters.
Toad Busters.
Yay, thank you for the positivity nod.
Battle Toads.
I want a burger now.
You imagine that's your job, though? I'm a Toad Buster.
I'm a Toad Buster. Who are you going to call?
I wonder if they like have a vacuum. I would like to see. Somebody should do a story specifically on how they get the toads up. I wonder if they have like one of those big like vacuum cleaners or something, you know, like they use on the streets of Portland. It would be the fastest way.
Just suck them right up.
Suck them right up, right? And then shoot them into the air. I'm sorry if anybody from the from PETA is watching. That was a joke.
Yeah, we're kidding.
Right.
We're kidding.
But they're toxic.
They didn't.
So maybe it's only a partial joke.
They looked so non-threatening. That was the weirdest thing about that. I wonder how toxic they really are too. Like, what does the goop from
Well,
their
it says
glands
small
do?
children, so it must just make big people sick.
For the rest of us, it's just annoying.
Or no, it probably makes you sick or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Bufo toads. I looked up a little bit about them online, and I really couldn't find a lot more than we already had.
A lot of you guys are really singing the praises of CBD. I know a lot of people find incredible relief from it. So it's an interesting conversation going on Facebook. Thank you guys for weighing in.
Oh, somebody is saying, folks, could you turn Cindy's microphone up a little? But her mic isn't working over Facebook. So Liam over here is having to ride the microphone in order to. So it's a technical issue. It's not that I'm so much louder.
If you want to get really technical about it, it's because my mic has to work downstairs in the studio. So upstairs, it won't go over Facebook for some reason. Don't ask me like really technical stuff because that's.
It's the emblematic systemometer. It's broken.
Systemometer?
Yeah, it's broken. And
you should work for Toad Busters.
It's highly technical.
That sounds like a Toad Busters term. One of their highfalutin packs that they carry
that's
around,
true.
right?
Zapping toads. All right, we're back. You never know when you or a loved one could need blood, right? Every 2 seconds, somebody in the U.S. needs blood. So that's why we need you.
That's right. The News Center Maine Red Cross Blood Drive is happening statewide today. We want to check in with Lindsay Mills, who is live in Lewiston. You were in Portland earlier today. You're just all over the place.
Yeah, Cindy and Lee, we've been all over today. Clay's been in 3 different locations as well. But talking about the need for blood donations, if you live in the Lewiston, Auburn area, we need you right now. The doors are open until 6 o'clock. I think there's a little bit of a rush going on from people coming in after work. So if you can make it by here at the Franco Center, we'd love to see you. Every donation really helps, and it can help save a life or maybe more than that life. It's amazing. I've met so many wonderful Mainers today. I've asked them all the same question: why are you here to donate? All the answers are different, but my favorite one so far, it's the right thing to do.
I've been donating most of my life.
Since he was 17 years old, Mike Parker has been donating blood. Some may know him as Mr. Parker. The retired elementary school teacher has donated more than 100 gallons of blood to date.
And I just think it's so important for people to get out there. It doesn't hurt. People are so afraid of needles. It's a little pinprick, and you can save somebody's life.
Parker was among those who stopped by Lewiston's Franco Center Wednesday.
I've given blood before, and it's a pretty easy process.
Matt Taylor was the first donor in the door in Portland this morning.
I went through a bunch of blood transfusions when I was a kid, so it's helpful to know that I can give back.
Others, including some of the News Center Maine team, were back to donate again. But a Power Red donation was a first for Chris Costa. It's a special machine that allows donors to safely give 2 units of red blood cells at once.
And I figured, well, if I can do 2 donations in one, maybe I can help some more people.
This is what we do for each other.
For some, like Jen Foster, giving blood is personal. She's donating in honor of little Wyatt Sargent, battling rare aggressive brain tumors.
Childhood cancer just is horrible. So he you know, he's a fighter and he's been fighting this for a really long time, and he's gonna persevere and he's gonna get through this.
Every time I see that little Wyatt Sargent, my heart just melts. His smile really is infectious. But guys, if you're in the Lewiston-Auburn area, I'll say it again, we need you. We need to come see you for blood donations. We're open till 6 o'clock at the Franco Center. For now, live in Lewiston, Lindsay Mills for News Center, Maine. Lee and Cindy, back to you.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. So you still got time. Get over and say hi to Lindsay.
And it's such an easy way to help. You know, it's an hour out of your day, but
absolutely.
Save
And you get
life.
snacks afterward, too.
And you get snacks.
Did I hear that Clay's going to do it for the first time live?
Ever.
Yes.
First time
We're
ever.
going to do it live.
We are looking forward to this.
That's kind of appointment television, to be honest with you. Because he may not have fainted.
Good.
Probably won't faint. But he might.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Right.
He might.
I think you guys are hoping that he faints.
No, he'll be fine.
He'd already been on the table, so it's not like he would hurt himself.
So Lee and I put a little money down on it.
Right.
Like,
Just a little.
whatever.
Right.
It's all amongst friends here. You know? That's going to be good TV. 40 in Portland, 40 in Wiscasset. The thing is, guys, I've donated blood several times. I still wouldn't do it live on television.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm getting at here.
Right.
Yeah.
Just mentally. Anyways, 42 in Bangor and 44 in Berlin. So it actually got a little bit warmer than forecast today. No complaints there. Nice and clear statewide. We've just run out a few days in a row where I have been looking outside all day, but I didn't see any cloud cover at all the last few days. And it's just a rare pattern to get in March. Take a look at Bristol. Beautiful shot here. This tree's kind of in the way, but otherwise really nice, clear. And you can see what I'm talking about. A few high, thin clouds out there, but really, really bright skies have been the theme. Overnight tonight, it's clear, not all that cold. It got chilly last night, but our air mass is changing a bit, so it shouldn't get too cold overnight tonight. Tomorrow, we get into the mid-40s, start with a lot of sun. By late afternoon, clouds start rolling in, and then by 8 o'clock, you can see a couple of snow showers that work down to rain showers along the coastline. And I think Friday morning, we start off with showers, particularly along the coastline. But we should be able to clear these out by midday or so. And after that, Friday afternoon is off to the races. We'll get into the mid-50s in a lot of spots under mostly sunny skies. So I think we end the day Friday a lot better than we began it. And then on Saturday, a warm front's going to lift through, so that'll give us a couple of showers and even some mountain snow before we clear out there on Saturday afternoon and do the same thing, push into the mid-50s. The position of that front continues to be perilous. The exact location is extremely important, and I think it's right here to the south of Bangor for the most part. So it's much warmer to the south of that on Saturday, and a much wetter day on Saturday to the north of it, with even some snow over Aroostook County. Sunday, we start the day with some sunshine. We should be able to warm up nicely before a front comes through with rain and back-end snow on Sunday night, and then we come back down temperature-wise. So just to give you an idea, here's what I'm thinking for Saturday. See where that front is? 40s, 50s to the south of it, even some 60s to the north of it will be in the 30s for the most part. And then on Sunday, it's more of a west to east divide where we could be, I think, a place like Sanford, and if you go out into New Hampshire, they have a chance at getting to 70 on Sunday. So there's a real big difference there. But if you're in the mountains, more like 40s, and then that front will come through on Sunday night, and everybody will cool down a bit there. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't cool down that much. We're still in the mid-40s, it looks like, for Tuesday and Wednesday, and we continue just like, as an anomaly standpoint, we're pretty much just average, but we're just chugging that way. And typically in Maine, it's an average of extremes, and we're just kind of staying in the middle.
Right.
So,
Right.
some nice. Flower show this
We
weekend?
like it.
Yeah,
Flower
I know,
show this
right,
weekend.
great.
I was over there earlier today. I'll be there this evening for the gala. So
It'll be perfect.
It's beautiful too. 11 gorgeous gardens.
55 is like enough to make you think about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and crave that color. I tell you, it's full of it. All right, thanks a lot. Well, the new iOS update appeared to change the network of AT&T iPhone users on Monday.
Yeah, so instead of the LTE in the upper corner of the phones, a lot of users had a 5G. So did the software update improve the cell service on iPhones? Our Verified team went to find out.
Allow me to nerd out for a minute. 5G is cool. It's a buzzword for wireless tech that's supposed to be 10 to 100 times faster. And with the new max speeds, you can download a 2-hour movie in about 4 seconds. So since I'm a tech nerd, I updated my current phone Monday, and LTE was replaced by 5G. Did I get new technology just by updating my software? No. Turns out it's a bit of a marketing ploy. Let's verify. Our sources are AT&T, Apple, and 3GPP. They're the group that defined what 5G is. So Apple updated your phone's operating system Monday, and on AT&T phones, 5GE popped up where it used to say LTE. Now AT&T calls it 5G evolution. Their quote, first step on the road to 5G. It's in about 400 markets. Further down the page, some technical terms of what 5GE uses. Only problem, this isn't new. It's all upgraded technology. It's still using LTE. 3GPP, that group that defines what 5G is, have lengthy lists and specifications. Summed up, real 5G is on new tech and new systems, not the old LTE stuff. Okay, tech jargon overload. Put simply, that new 5GE is just a logo. You are getting slightly upgraded LTE speeds, but any claims that phone customers are now getting 5G service from an update are false. How else do we know? Well, currently there are no phones on any network that actually use 5G. Phone makers say they're coming this year, and providers like AT&T have launched real 5G in some test markets, but right now your phone can't use it and you can't go buy one that can. Any other claims or questions you're seeing out there? Send us an email. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Would have been nice though, wouldn't it? But no. We got a lot more news ahead for you at 5:30. One woman who has carried the enormous burden of having a loved one addicted to opioids is hiking the Appalachian Trail with it to bring awareness of what a huge problem this issue is in this country.
And there are a lot of reasons that new moms might struggle to breastfeed their babies, so now some donor moms are offering to help those babies get the best that nature has to offer. Those stories and more coming up at 5:30. We'll be right back.
All right.
Now we head downstairs. And Keith does brain drops. Solo. Let me go get my jacket.
Mark is talking about Chris eating the extra reds. Oh wait, nobody can hear me. Now can they hear me?
How are you guys going to get downstairs?
Keith's doing brain drops by himself, so we're headed down now.
Keith, come stand over by Cindy.
It's like you are. Oh,
way ahead.
Where am I going? Am I going over there? Oh, we're going down.
Okay.
How are we doing this?
Going downstairs.
You guys are leaving me.
Oh, you're just doing
Yeah.
it all by yourself?
You can make a.
Hi.
Oh, do you have to be over there right now?
No, they just need to.
From any responsibility for this class.
We have no.
They just need to frame me up.
Do I take this downstairs? I do not, right? Do you stay up here?
Yeah, they stay here. What do you want, Liam? What's up? What's going on, Liam?
All right, Liam. Good luck with everything.
Liam, what's going on in the digital world today? What do we got?
Let's ask let's ask the viewers when is the next possible time we could have, or is there a chance to have snow?
Snow again before the season ends?
Before the end of spring.
Yeah, the mountains in like Aroostook County. I don't know. I feel like we might be done along the coast though. There's just at some point, if I don't see anything in the next 10 days, that brings us to what? April. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to do it. We'll see, as Jess likes to remind everyone, because she's such a troll, that we had snow on Memorial Day weekend in, what was that, 2013? It was 15. 2015.
Can't even see.
It can stay at the end, would make more sense probably. All right, welcome back. Time for brain drops. And I found this pretty interesting because there's a lot of debate sometimes about who's going to solve the problem of CO2 emissions and who puts out the most CO2. Take a look at this. This is by the year. It takes you to 2017 from the 1850s, countries that dominate CO2 output. The United States is at the top there in the gray, and you can see that as we go through time here, this is the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. we are just crushing people. Then the USSR makes a run, drops to the bottom. China now, 2005 to current, has taken over the #1 CO2 emissions spot in the world. And this is something you hear a lot, is that, well, why should we try to fix the problem if China is the issue? The reality is a lot of the CO2 put up into the atmosphere actually did come from the United States. We have curbed our CO2 emissions, and China has surged ahead since 2005, but a lot of that still has to do with us. And of course, this is a global problem, but really interesting. I can put it on my Twitter. It just shows you the evolution of different countries, industrialized nations, and those still evolving, putting out a bunch of CO2. By the way, per capita, the United States still way higher than China. Obviously, China with a big population. All right, that does it for Brain Drops. Also does it for News Center Now. News at 5:30 starts right now.
Coming up next.